Good morning. Welcome to our third match today here at EWC 2024 in Zori, Poland. We are joined in the commentary box with myself, Tara, and my teammate,
Mac. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me. We are joining the match of Val-de-Ruz Flyers against Ferrara Monkeys. This is set to be a very good match.
Traditionally, this would be a decider for the top of the group. And if you really want to top the group so that you're not playing number one from Group A. So this is a big game. They'll want this a lot. We can see Val-de-Ruz making a lot of noise right now.
Yeah, they were definitely going to try and out-noise the Italians.
Hey, you have to use every tool in your arsenal.
We know that high energy does often bring you that momentum that you're looking for in a shootball match, so bodes well.
In a game like this, every millimetre counts. If you can get the energy to get around, then you might make a catch you wouldn't otherwise.
Absolutely. We have our two end refs, Andrew Cummins and James Skilton, and the main referee, Dominic Lefebvre-Rayon.
Easy for you to say. Dom main refed yesterday a very tense game, and he did a spectacular job. I think they'll be happy seeing him there again. He's a safe pair of hands.
Absolutely. A strong set of referees today.
Which we'll need, because this game will be close. It could be decided by inches.
Absolutely. Val-de-Ruz Flyers coming from Switzerland. That's that buzzer just to let the teams know they need to get ready and get onto court. Yeah, Val-de-Ruz from Switzerland, Ferrara from Italy. Val-de-Ruz second in the Swiss League, coming second to Geneva Dragons.
I don't know if it's coming across on the stream, but the noise in here is pretty spectacular.
It is electric.
Ferrara, I believe, coming in as Italian champions and previous EWC champions, so they're looking favourites of the outset, but they've not had it all their own way so far. They're coming in with two wins already, I believe, but they've struggled. Going in the last period, they've been dominant, but the first two periods have been closer than they'd like.
Absolutely. Not quite as smooth, perhaps, as last year. Last year was a bit of a walk in the park for them.
We're seeing them, they've lost a couple players to retirement, I believe.
And we are off. Val-de-Ruz starting there. And starting strong.
That is a big gap. They cannot afford to be leaving that all game.
No, I think we might see them start, test the waters a little bit, see if they can tempt those Swiss into hitting those gaps. Oh, slight mistake there from the Italians at the start. Frame ball called there.
Excellent pace there from Benora. Hitting the gap. He's showing them down the line and bringing it inside. It is so difficult to defend.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that sets both of these teams apart is the speed at which they are switching that ball across the D and moving that ball around the court. Both teams are just finding those gaps early on. Beautiful pass there. That option ball from the Swiss. Although the Italians were tighter in their defence. A bit of first time shooting here. Yeah, you see on that replay number 8 there, just finding that gap.
Ferrara are going to want to stop conceding that end. Their right shooter up that end that's just conceded, Fernani, is one of the best shooters in the world. And if they keep conceding that end, they're going to keep throwing the ball up the other end for their other shooters. They do not want to play the whole game up the other end.
Beautiful shot there from number 16 down the line. Italians looking a little deflated at this point, early on in the game, but
I think they thought that was short, but we're seeing on the replay, it looks clean to me. The option ball down to Fanani, as I said, quality not quite there. They've been struggling this tournament with that particular pass.
absolutely don't seem quite as switched on as we've seen them in the past. Setting quite early as well. Often we've seen with the Italians, they actually leave it quite late and move into that gap that they've purposely created to force that other team to shoot there. Well, not at the moment, we've just seen them set down quite early. A lot of power there from number 8, Benora. 9. Numbers look the same from far away.
Absolutely.
There we see some of that Fanani flair.
Absolutely, it runs in the family. He is the 5th Fanani child to represent his country, and he's doing so very well.
Beautiful cross-court pass there from the Swiss, just squeezing through those 2 defenders.
Notable absence for Val-de-Ruz. We have not seen Matthew Helfer enter the courts today. I've not seen him in the sports hall. I think we're facing some of the realities of international troop ball. It means international travel. It means sometimes picking up something on the way, feeling sick, not feeling ready for the game. He'll probably be wondering how his team are getting on.
Excellent second line there from number 17. Well read from the Swiss. Second line just a little far back there, but that dig was not quite high enough.
It's good shooting there from the left shooter, Kalou, who I believe is a brother of a former Swiss international, of Thibaut. It could be just the same surname, but if they've runs in the family, then he will be a formidable player.
Absolutely. Excellent movement there from the Italian defence. It pays off. They turn over that point. Bring them back level. They got 8 all after the first 5 minutes. Really hear the energy from the Italians has picked up in the last minute or so. It's very loud in our ears, so I'm sure it will be as well for you guys on the stream.
You were talking about the pace of the troop ball, how fast these passes are flying in. This is high score for 5 minutes into a troop ball game. We might see a score that we have not seen so far. They are cheering foot on the lines at this point. They are pumped.
Any opportunity to get those hands on the ball.
Excellent shooting from Arbez there. Who you'll notice now sliding into the defender slot. Traditionally his position, but he's as good a right shooter as many at this tournament.
Awesome. Quick balls there from the Italians.
Biavati will be relieved he managed to salvage that long ball because it was not an excellent double long, but they got away with it thanks to a little bit of class.
Both teams really favouring this option pass in the first third. And it's very effective.
We've seen that particular gap a couple times. The option then on square on top of the D between those two. They have to close that up.
Those high balls difficult to defend against. heard the slap of that one.
I believe it didn't touch the frame. That is why that has been a given point. It's sometimes very hard to tell.
Well read there from the Swiss. Unlucky there, just not quite pulling that shot off. Certainly effective when the Swiss move the Italians around. That triple switch there just allowed them to catch them slightly off centre, break apart that defence.
We're seeing both teams targeting the opposite's 3-end, and to great effect so far. Some good honesty there from the Italians. They may cheer foot on the lines, but they know a frame when they see one, and they're honest about it.
Oh, unlucky there. There's this excellent effort from number 16, Arpe.
There we go. A little bit of composure in that shot. We've been looking for that the last few minutes. It got a bit erratic, but we seem to be back on track. The frame makes a different noise when he shoots. The power he gets in the air using those long arms, you can feel that and you can hear it coming off the frame.
Absolutely, there's vibrations all around the hall. Oh, the frustration there for number 16. He read that well, but not quite possible to stop in time.
Credit where credit's due from Emmy there. That was one fluid movement. It's like he could see the game in front of him.
Incredibly smooth.
That gap was there for a millisecond and he hit it. Any later and that would have been closed up. They're frustrated because they're getting close. They think they can catch that shot.
They're there. They're in the right place. That gap just opening up there following that short 3-point lead for Ferrara. It's not something they will want to let go of either.
It looks like Val-de-Ruz are missing a focal point. Normally Mathieu would be here, they could just pass them the ball all day long, but now between them they're feeling it out and they're deciding who's going to be the one to take responsibility. Some more good fair play from the Italians.
Error there from the Swiss. Let's see if the Italians will make the most of that. Beautiful low shot there from number 26.
You don't have to speak Italian to know what they are thinking right now. They cannot concede points like that. They need to be awake. First time shots are going to come in if they're not paying attention.
Absolutely, and that's what we saw in the first maybe couple of minutes of this third. Both teams, but especially the Swiss, really capitalising on those first time shots and making the most of the Italians not being down on the line. A lot of long balls in this match. Nearly there for number 21. Slight ball to the face, however.
He'll be feeling that, but I'm sure he's used to it.
Yeah. Hazard of the job.
You don't often see a celebration before the shot's even taken place, but he knew. He felt that.
Yeah, and it's perhaps open do. We just can't be leaving that for the Italians. They will absolutely tear that apart.
Coming into the final minute, we have a 5-point gap. If you can shave a couple off of that from Val-de-Ruz's perspective, then you're feeling a lot happier going into the next period. Good call from Andrew there. They can wind the clock down now. Use all the passes. Or so we thought.
It's quite often we see that spin from the left really catch defenders out. Just comes that little bit wider than you're expecting it to. I think at the moment the Swiss are slightly relying on power to try and get through.
And that point will not count. The centre referee has ruled. The clock went just before it hit the ground.
Indeed. And so we end that third 25 to Ferrara, 18 to Val-de-Ruz. We'll join you for the second third. Good morning and welcome back to the second third. We're watching Ferrara Monkeys with 24 against Val-de-Ruz 18. Little 6-point lead opened up there at the end of that first third. What do Val-de-Ruz need to do, Mac, to bring this back level?
I think they need to be a little bit more alert and a little bit more ruthless. That noise we heard almost evaporated by the end of that period, and they need to bring it back. You need to go through those tough times. They need to be focusing quick on the breakdowns, quick passes, and cut out some of those shorts they don't need to be making. Ferrara taking to the court leisurely. They're taking their time. We're seeing a couple tactical changes happening depending on the setup. They're seeing it unfold and they're saying, I don't like him defending him. I'm going to move him over there. We're going to get her in place here. A few changes from Ferrara. I don't know if they're feeling comfortable with their lead or if they're doubling down, going for the throat.
We will find out. Strong start from Val-de-Ruz there.
I'm not sure what Paolo was thinking. He knew that was the final pass and he went to cover a switch. It would seem maybe he saw a super beyond coming. You'll never know.
Tuball's been around in Switzerland for around 50 years, and actually founder Michel Favre is actually the founder of Val-de-Ruz Club.
I didn't know that. That is fantastic.
So yeah, the 2022-23 League A champions come from a strong background.
That's good heritage. I don't know who founded Ferrara, but they seem to like monkeys.
We'll do some research and come back to you on that one.
I think so.
Something tells me it's not monkey related.
My suspicion tells me it's a Fernani. I have seen many come through their ranks with that name on the back of the shirt, and I would not be surprised.
Yeah, Ferrara did very kindly host us last year for EWC. Oh, unlucky there from the Swiss.
These option balls were looking much sharper this time yesterday. Could be fatigue, it could be they're waiting for their lunch. We'll never know. Excellent shot there, just inside the defender, finding the gap. Few shakes of the head. They know at this level they cannot afford to give away points. Good honesty there from the Italians. They read the intentions very well, but just didn't get enough on it. It was very tactile play from Dolzani there. Now he has some words from the coaches. He's telling him he wants him to square that one next time, I think. The coach raises his hand because Paolo was out of position. That little team talk cost them a point.
He did. Can't afford to leave two on the line.
Remarkable anyone got to the line there. That switch was so good. I think they were really shocked.
Was Everdeen just a little far off that line there? Swiss absolutely going to make the most of that.
Pure quality. That shot is so difficult to do, and he made it look easy. Excellent defending, rescuing that point. Some controversial play on the offense there. Paolo looking at the referee. Did he obstruct the defender from getting around to defend his own shot? I think we're letting it go.
Excellent effort there from number 19, Nicola. Just not quite enough to match that power from Swiss, number 27.
As we look at a 9-point gap, I'm going to call it. Val-de-Ruz do not look like their usual selves. They are ruthless defenders, and they are just letting stuff trickle through them. It is very uncharacteristic.
They are not quite as tight as we have seen them in the past. I think, and sadly against a team like Ferrara, 9 points, even though we're only in the second third, this is going to be a hard slog to get back to even.
We are seeing the Italians spin it past the Swiss for fun now. Do you think this is something they've discussed beforehand, or do you think the shooters are just feeling themselves?
Perhaps a bit of both. I think they know when they're against the Swiss they need to be, pardon the pun, on the ball.
Absolutely.
They need to be turning those balls over quickly, turning those shootbacks into points. So that's probably something they've discussed before to say, actually, if you know what, if the D's open, fire away. Oh.
Exceptional defending from Joaquin there. That was some very unusual troop ball, but he was more on it than anyone. Chiara matching catch for catch.
Absolutely, Chiara.
How many shots did that frame? Nicola doesn't know. He does not risk it.
Oh, it's sneaky there.
And Emmy very lucky. Just the right amount of power. That ball was sneaking out of court. If it had landed any further along, it could have been a different story. Excellent footwork there from Dolzani. He is a very technical player, and he knew what he had to do to get a shot off. Arbeza doing all the hard work. It's been the story of the whole game. They get into place and they just do not make the final catch. The scoreline would be very different otherwise.
Absolutely, we're staying steady over the last couple of minutes. No further increase in that scoreline or that score difference, sorry, from the Italians. Like I say, that the difference is catching those balls. The Swiss.
Joaquin seeing the funny side there. His right shooter just running away from the shot. He's telling him, you have to stay put. That is not the first time by any means they've tried that. Biavati there with an excellent beyond. Defending him with a three is never an easy task, but this is true of both ends. I can't tell you how this game is end, but I think Ferrara have made their own decisions here. As we see, Nicola has been substituted. They're now playing Benora and Dolzani on the right. I think they know which way this game's going. Excellent shot there from 6. We're now playing with the two most dominant right shooters playing at the same end there as a 3-end for Val-de-Ruz. This could be tactics. It could maybe be naivety here. It is an experienced team, but the squad themselves are slightly newer to the circuit, and perhaps perhaps that call might come back to bite them.
Quite possibly.
Very relaxed. You very rarely see that style of shoot back at this point of a game, especially not between two teams of this caliber. But Ferrara, they're very confident. That is a rare call in shoot ball. You might not be familiar with it. It means the referees cannot decide conclusively where the ball landed. The players themselves seem unsure, so we are just giving the ball back to the offensive team, allowing them to start again. You might know otherwise, Tara, but I believe Val-de-Ruz are still yet to play some of their difficult games, and they could be looking at points difference problem here. If they start dropping losses to other teams, the clock might not be helping them.
No, quite possibly not. Yeah, just looking a little bit surprised by some of these shots here at this race.
Well, let me tell you, that 23 for Ferrara, he was about to be substituted off, so he said to it, I'm having a shot. I'm having a go before I get my time on the bench.
Very fair. Go out with a bang.
Might as well.
Landing called there. The Italians really not expecting that. First point there from our Swiss defender.
I'm calling that now. That's going on the best shots highlight reel of the tournament.
Absolutely. Talk about catch them off guard. It's the way to go.
Absolutely.
Brings them 1 point closer. Number 6 just getting a hand on that, but not quite far enough round the D. Get the body behind the ball. We'll bring that ball in. Landing called again though. Just got to pick that back foot up.
Val-de-Ruz in a little bit of a haze. I think they'll be surprised when they walk off court and they realise there's another period of shoot ball to play here. This is not the rest of the game.
Absolutely not. Good mistake there from Ferrara. It took a little bit of time, but I can confirm Ferrara did not come from monkeys. It actually, the spread of shoot ball in Ferrara actually began by chance in 2005. It's a lot more recent than I was imagining.
Very much so.
Began with a teacher in one of the parishes that was starting his work experience in physical education, discovered shoot ball, wrote to the Italian Shoot Ball Federation and was invited by the president at the time, Chiara Volonté, with the opportunity to try it in 2006.
They've come on leaps and bounds in that time, let me tell you.
They really have.
They are speed running the game of shoot ball.
A couple of times now we've seen that double long ball from the Italians just come up a bit short on that final pass.
Tara, I believe you played in Ferrara last year for EWC. Were the courts a lot shorter here? Because the Italians seem very surprised they cannot throw a long ball all the way across the court.
They didn't feel shorter. If anything, like they actually felt slightly larger.
Interesting. This is an unusual sports hall. Sometimes we see less space at the end of the court. It can be hard to judge distances when you have nothing to measure it by. Perhaps that is what's tricking them.
Quite possibly, especially when it's. I appreciate we're on day 2. It's sometimes harder when you're in a new sport or in a new space, and we've got quite a big space behind each end of the court for those warm-ups for the upcoming teams, that maybe that's just throwing them off a little bit, I think.
Absolutely.
Oh, so unlucky there from the Swiss. That defender just been in the way before that ball hit the ground. Ferrara just sneaking slightly larger lead as we come to the end of this second third. We enter the last 30 seconds. Like I say, those gaps in that Swiss defence is really what's costing in that game here.
They don't quite know how to deal with what's coming at them, which is not unusual against a team like Ferrara. But Val-de-Ruz have a lot of troop ball left to play, and they need to show their ability to adapt nice and early here.
Yeah, 10 seconds left on the clock.
Can they get this one away on time this time? They looked very relaxed last time, and it did not work for them.
And they do. Well, Ferrara just taking that lead there, 49, Val-de-Ruz 34. There's a lot to do in this final third for Val-de-Ruz if they want to make a comeback.
Let's see how it goes.
Absolutely. Welcome back to the final third of our third match of the day here on Court B. We are looking at Ferrara Monkeys from Italy with 49, Val-de-Ruz with 34. A lot to do here, perhaps not quite as tight as we thought this game was going to be.
Well, a good start, I'd say, is we've seen some changes. And there's some changes I recommended earlier in the game to separate the two better shooters on the right. And now I think it could be a two-end game, which would help them massively.
Yeah, hopefully, Mac, if you were Val-de-Ruz coach, what kind of team talk would they have had? What kind of pep talk would you have given them?
It doesn't look like they have a massive sub bench, so I'd be saying we're all playing every minute. We're going to have to give this something. We've got other games today. Let's play in whatever gear we find comfortable. Try and keep the lead down. You know, even if we're not going to win this, even if we're not going to really get it down to 2 or 3 points, let's just keep it close in case those points difference make a difference later and save some of what we got in the tank for later.
Yeah, both teams do have 2 matches left after lunch. And maybe conserve some of that energy if you've not got a lot of people on the bench. Long tournament.
It's a huge tournament, and not everyone's tournament mirrors each other. You know, Val-de-Ruz have a tough day today, and they would not be. This is not the start they would have been looking for, certainly. Even with a full complement of players yesterday, they had a tight game versus Weimar. They've somewhat flattered to deceive, but they have looked incredibly strong, Weimar, and Val-de-Ruz found that out firsthand.
Absolutely, Weimar taking no prisoners there yesterday, so ones to watch. That long ball really effective there from the Italians, just opening up that gap.
The first 2 periods were just warm-ups for that long ball. Now they're ready to play the game.
It worked there. A little bit of what looked like miscommunication from the Swiss as to who was taking that ball, but they brought it together. Oh. I'm not sure even his own team were quite sure what was going to happen there.
That partnership starting to cook now.
Absolutely. Val-de-Ruz returning to that a couple of times, that first time shooting, getting the Italians before they've had a chance to set. Well read there.
Nora looking at the referee there, he had some suspicions. He didn't know quite where that bounced. I think it just snuck over.
Only just, it's tight.
Struggling there. I believe this is a different youth player they've brought on now. They are starting to get some rotation in. Still not committing to playing full rotation. He's come up there with a catch.
Good place to start.
Absolutely.
Oh, double hands there. Just that switch coming in a little high.
That one rolling short. They've got Youngblood taking the back line. He's got an arm on him, fair play.
Really effective shot there from
Arbez. They should have been using him more in the game. I will say it now. It looks like they could have used that shot. He's now playing against a 3-end. Chiara, formidable defender, but he has a lot in his arsenal.
Absolutely, Chiara, one of, if not the top player in women's choke ball.
She showed up to the World Championships and she was taking no prisoners. She was exceptional.
It was savage.
The Italians, a true force in World Choke Ball, coming second in both the men's and the women's bracket.
So you see there, Chiara not afraid to take a shot. That ball comes through so fast.
Both of us in the gantry making faces. That was a luscious shot.
Oh, a little bit of volleyball here today.
Making the most of the fine beaches they have in Italy. They've clearly picked that up along the way. rolling just short.
Excellent once again from others.
A reliable source of points. He seemed to have gone missing in the second period. I don't know whether or not he was resting, but now he's back with the force. Interesting here from the Swiss. I am not sure that ball has crossed the halfway line, though our great referees would have been paying attention to that.
So the Swiss really make the most of this, and they do. One of the really nice things we see from others is that variation in height in his shots.
It's so difficult, not just because it's at face level, but it's mathematically difficult to cover. The angles are just so challenging.
A couple of mistakes now from the Italians. Let's see if the Swiss can turn these over, convert them into points.
Based on some other scores we've seen against Ferrara, if the Swiss can get it back to a 10-point difference, they're probably going to be bettering a lot of the other people in the group.
Definitely. Making the most of that power there.
That's an excellent shot. We've not seen him use it so far. Perhaps he'll be thinking, I'm going to use that again later.
A high percentage of first-time shots in this game. Often we're trying to get that, use your passes, to make that defense move, but it's proving effective.
We're seeing unbridled confidence from Ferrara there. It is not only a first-time shot, it is primarily at the two premier defenders for Val-de-Ruz, and he is carving through the middle of them. That is not easy.
Unfortunately, travel forward there for the Swiss.
We were deprived of some excellent showboating.
Quite a wind-up.
Can everyone on this court for Ferrara spin the ball? Normally we are seeing one or two specialists here. They all seem to have the knack. We are starting to wonder if Ferrara's top scorer is Val-de-Ruz short.
It'd be interesting to see the statistics afterwards.
We are approaching a 20-point gap. I don't think these teams would have had a game so one-sided before.
No, last year this was the closest match in the group stages, if I remember rightly.
Exceptional there.
Really just around the shoulder of the defender.
We saw some more volleyball to keep that ball live, and then some absolute class to get it down the line. We're seeing both youth prospects on the court now, resting their number 6 at right shooter.
Yeah, I feel like Val-de-Ruz recognised that perhaps the 20-point lead is a little bit too far to come back from with the
That's a lot of turnovers, many turnovers.
So maybe optimum time to get some game time for some more development players.
Absolutely. You're not only resting your players you might depend on later, but you're giving the youth a chance.
I think it's the best way to learn. Italians there. There's a lot of power coming out of Swiss left, right shooter. As you can tell, the directions appear to not be my strong suit today.
It's because you cover it all. You cover left, right, centre. As a defender, you're everywhere.
Left is what I wanted.
Left, in Italian, sinistera, I believe, where we get the English word sinister.
Sinistra. Yeah.
Fun fact.
Ferrara really picking on those gaps in the Swiss defence.
Foot on the line there, called by James Skilton. He's had a quiet game as a referee. A quiet game is a good game. That's everyone getting on with their day.
Oh.
We are approaching, as Ferrara have the ball, they'll be eyeing up 70 points. You have to be very dominant to achieve that in a game of shoot ball. 45 minutes is not a long time.
It's not. And especially since it's not exactly as if Val-de-Ruz had a low scoring game either at 50.
No, not particularly.
51.
A lot of power there coming from the left. Benora doing what he does best there, gliding in, pushing it inside the gap.
Another short there from the Swiss. Maybe just getting a little tired at this point. We've got just over 90 seconds left in the game. Obstruction good.
You are going to get obstructed if you're switchers to going down the line. He has every right to attempt to defend that. Good honesty there. Hit the ground just before it clipped the defender. Yeah, we're seeing that on the replay.
I would be unlucky to have two in one match. Excellent catch there. Well read.
Does he fancy the spin again?
He does.
The inexperienced players might not have seen that, but he was winding up the ball in his hand. He was getting the grip just right to do the spin. And if you're used to defending, you can see that coming a mile off.
Yeah, it's the Val-de-Ruz staying just under the 20 points difference here.
All things considering, it could have been worse. We're entering the final 30 seconds. Can we get people showing what they're made of? One final chance.
Very smooth play there from Val-de-Ruz. Beautiful cross-court long ball.
And well finished. I'm sure his friends and family streaming this at home will be very happy with that. Is there a chance for a final shot here? They never seem like they're in a rush. Joaquin will be very happy with that. And so we bring the game to a close. Ferrara Monkeys 71, Val-de-Ruz Flyers 54. Thank you for joining us.
We will see you later.
Papa.